If you like zombies and you also like saving money, I have a great budget zombie deck for you. We got Mayakashi with Shiranui on a budget. Let's go. Who's GGing? Who's GGing? We don't have the Tengu, right? We banished Tengu? It's fine. Whoa! What the heck? Blue Eye Spirit Dragon.
Get him. I attack.
You take out Yoko. Oh, you timed out? How does Blue Eyes time out? Oopsies! Nice. Bullying a Blue Eyes player with a budget zombie deck. This deck's a freaking budget. Oh my Jesus.
There can only be one winner, and you're looking at him. Let's go.
Thank you so much, Alfred, for the deck idea. He did well. He won $8 in a mini tournament with a deck that costs around 26.5k gems. Now, if you want to see the relevance of that, let's look at the gem guide to see generally what a top tier deck will cost you. The number one recommended deck, 38.5k gems plus 11 bucks. Automat, 61.5k gems. So you could see that being under 30k gems, that's a big deal because boy, are these decks freaking expensive. So thank you so much, Alfred. This is the deck I came up with after playing with his deck, and I think it's exactly card for card. Boom. Now, we wrote some notes on what you want to focus on with this deck because this deck can get quite confusing. Here are some general goals. On the first turn, you're going to want to do what's called climbing the ladder. That's going to be essentially your main priority. And then I'll tell you what you want to choose from there and why. So to climb the ladder, what you have to do is you're going to need your Yuki on the fields. Then you need Dkayed either on the fields or in the graveyard. You just have to make a level 3 synchro. Once you make a level 3 synchro, you climb the ladder. Every time you synchro into a mayakashi, the Dkayed in the graveyard will special summon back on the fields. So you'll go from 3 to 5 to 7 to 9. Now you are on the top of the ladder. If the Yoko gets destroyed, it then special summons the lower level 7. And then if this is destroyed, it will summon the 5. You climb up the ladder, then back down the ladder. But when any of the Mayakashis, as you are climbing down the ladder or special summoning them from the grave through other means, they will activate on the field to do something. So if you have Yoko in the graveyard and you special summon it, it's going to activate to destroy a monster without targeting. Tengu will destroy a back row without targeting. Tushigumo is going to mill the top 3 cards of your opponent's deck and yours. Generally, you don't want to do this. And the Oboro is actually nuts because when it's summoned, all monsters you control cannot be destroyed by battle, so this will save you in many instances. So now that you know how to climb the ladder, what do you do from there? So we have a Yoko on the field, turn 1, and you could use the Mayakashi return to make it more consistent, as you could search for a Mayakashi to make the play. You then have to choose, do you want to send a Spectral Sword to the graveyard or send a Ninetales to the graveyard? What does that mean? When you special summon your Yuki to climb the ladder, it's asking you to send a zombie from your deck to the graveyard. So we either want to send a Spectral Sword or a Ninetales. How do you know when or which? Well, generally, if you have a Super Team Buddy Force Unite or the Mayakashi Metamorphosis, play a third one if you're missing a Super Team. Or if you don't have Super Team at all, it's fine. Just play 3 and you'll be okay. Both of these cards will summon a Mayakashi from the graveyard. And so what you want to do is, if you have a way to summon a Mayakashi from the graveyard, which will be these main 2 cards, you want to get the Yoko in the graveyard after you summon it. And the main way to do that is if you sent a Nine-Tailed Fox to the graveyard with the Yuki, the Nine-Tailed Fox could summon onto the field from the grave by tributing 2 monsters. When you summon the Yoko, it's going to be alongside the Dkayed, tribute both. Now you have Nine-Tailed Fox. Then during your opponent's turn, you'll activate the Super Team Buddy Force Unite or the Mayakashi Metamorphosis to summon the Yoko on the field, destroying a monster, disrupting their play. That is insane. So when you don't have the way to summon the yugioh from the graveyard, maybe you're not going to want the Nine-Tailed Fox. Instead, you send a Spectral Sword, because the Spectral Sword during your next turn is going to be able to banish a monster from the graveyard, a non-tuner, to Synchro Summon. Well, if you have the Spectral Sword in the grave and just Spectral Sword in the grave, by climbing the ladder, you're going to be able to banish the level 5 and the Spectral Sword to make a Squire Saga. Squire Saga could banish a Synchro from the grave to destroy a monster on the field. It could also banish itself to destroy a back row and a monster and boost up the fields. It's great. Otherwise, a cool play, it may be a bit difficult to do this play. You use Spectral Sword to banish the Nine-Tailed Fox. You then make a Shogun Saga. Shogun Saga could banish a monster from the grave, then gaining its attack, but ideally, if you're able to Yuki again, or just have the Solitaire in the graveyard, Solitaire could tribute itself to summon a Dkayed from the deck to help you make the combo. You'll banish the Solitaire with the effect of the Shogun Saga, then the Solitaire is going to summon the Spectral Sword back in the field, then the Spectral Sword and the Shogun Saga will make a Sun Saga, returning your whole ladder of extra deck monsters back in the extra deck. Makes you equal the amount of cards your opponent has in the field. If you do over, then you don't get to destroy. You then destroy cards on the field equal to the amount you return back to the extra deck. Sun Saga is nuts. What's also great is the Mayakashi Winter if it is in the graveyard, and you could get it in the graveyard by sending it to the graveyard by tributing a Mayakashi to draw a card, but not the turn it is sent to the graveyard. You'll be able to banish it and another zombie to then summon a Mayakashi from the graveyard. That will be a good way to trigger their effects to destroy a monster or destroy a back row. And that is pretty much the deck summed up. Send the Nine-Tails if you have a way to summon your yugioh. Otherwise, set up with the Spectral Sword. And then maybe on the second turn, you can make some Solitaire Shogun Saga plays, or just make plays with your Mayakashis. I am loving it. This deck is on a budget. Let's go. Winter. Return, grab the Yuki. Add to the hand, special summon. And then we tribute for the Fox. That is such a good play. I love it. We want to send a Spectral Sword. Tribute for the Fox. I mean, Tribute set is kind of more menacingly, but we could Tribute summon because we have a face-up monster to use the Super Team Buddy Force Unite on. Very good. Toggle on, check the draw phase. Azorius Fire. Thank you. Hello, Dkayed. What's your favorite archetype that's not on Duel Links? Shadow. He does have a quick play spell. We know it. He's got Book of Moon. He's got Cosmic. He's got MST. He's got Lance. He's got Chalice. He's got one of those. There it is. We're going to chain. Activate. Nine-Tailed Fox. He does not have another quick play spell. That is guaranteed. We're going to summon the Yuki. Yuki, unfortunately, does not activate if summoned with the Super Team Buddy Force Unite. Now, what do we think Yugi's playing? Is playing Gaia or Magnet Warrior? What? Oh, it's Gaia. All right, here are the back row cards to be ready for. Focus. Field spell activate. The problem with the field spell is it turns off our Mayakashi cards in the battle phase.
My monster's effect activates.
Thank you, Azorius Fire. Mary Born with the 2 months. Appreciate you. Evil Hero Neos. Do you think Evil Heroes will be top tier before Master Duel comes out?
Just what I need. I tribute summon a
No.
monster.
And you should go get your refund on that structure deck right now. We all got scammed. Winter Frost, thank you.
My monster's effect
I was not here from the beginning of Duel Links. What was the first good deck in tournaments? Relinquished was tier 1. Dinosaurs were tier 1. Water deck was probably tier 2. Harpies was tier 1. Gravekeepers were about tier 2. Nine-Tailed Fox negated.
This'll work. I attack my monster.
52, 51, 51, 51. We drawing. If we yugioh, then put it back in the grave, we can climb the ladder. We can climb. I'm gonna send a Dkayed. Then the Winter's going to send the Yuki to draw. Then we're going to climb the ladder with the Spectral Sword. Climb. Climb. We climbing. Climb the ladder of success. Activate. Because of this ladder climb is why we can't read or pay attention to anything else. Especially when they have a delay added to our climb. Pay attention to how many seconds I have. 148, I think we're at 150. How many seconds are we going to be at by the end of the climb? Which is not our fault at all. We're doing this as fast as we freaking can. Come on, come on, come on. We're losing like 6 seconds in between each climb. Each freaking peg we go up, we lose 6 seconds. This is freaking crazy. Yoko, Yoko, Yoko. We should have left that fool in the grave so we could make room for the Super Team Buddy Force tonight. But because we're chasing the timer, we summoned it anyway.
I knew you'd do that.
What? Okay, he's making room for me. Great. Destroy my Yoko, I'll summon Tank. Bro, that was on purpose because I knew he'd be a fool. Thank you. That was great. What the? Hey, 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 hey. Let go. So we know he's got Soldier. We know he's got Soldier. We know he's got Soldier. Summon the Soldier, mate.
Let's battle.
Soldier.
My monster attacks.
Do we have to quick Super Team Buddy pop the field spell? Maybe. Soldier's going to be 2,600. Put the Yoko in D. Yoko in D. Yeah. I think we have to pop the field spell early. Let's see if he draws no quick play spell real quick. Turn off the toggle. That I think we're in a Super Team Buddy right now because if he goes to the battle phase anyway, we're going to get screwed. And I just don't, we can't chain to the Galloping Gaia attempting to search a card, so it's best to just get rid of it right now. And Tengu being 2,600, that's massive. That is so good. Now, the Yoko is not going to be able to summon the Tengu. That is okay. It would not have been able to with the Galloping Gaia anyway. Gateway to Chaos. What the? All right, grab the Gaia. It's fine. Gaia the Magical Knight. We have Metamorphosis. We have to discard a card of Special Summon. Do we have a Winter in the graveyard? We do have a Winter in the grave. We could summon the Yoko. After being sent to the grave, we will pop a monster on the field without targeting. We do have a Spectral Sword. No, we don't. How do we get the Spectral Sword back in? We have to have a Solitaire in the graveyard. Banish the Solitaire. You could banish the Solitaire with the Winter or any of the effects of the Mayakashi. We don't have a Yuki right now, so if we draw into a Yuki, Yuki sends Solitaire. That could be probably good, maybe. Nine-Tailed Fox being in the graveyard would be pretty good. 2,600, 2,600, we'll have all of our activates. If he takes out the Yoko first, that's fine. That's going to be the optimal play. If he takes out the Tengu first, then he's a giant fool. But why would he take it out? It's even attack. Let's go.
My monster's effect activates.
What? You're popping. What are you popping? My Metamorphosis. What?
My monster's effect.
Oh, you got the Gaia Origin. Okay. Take out Yoko. Nine-Tailed Fox. I think we will activate the Nine-Tailed Fox. I believe so. Gaia 5,200. What's the best way to take out the 5,200? We will do the Yoko. If we summon the tokens, we will then tribute over the tokens to then make room to summon the Yoko. Then we'll take out the Gaia. It's perfect. Yuki could send a Solitaire. That's pretty good. Summon, summon. Nine-Tailed Fox is here. Activate the Winter. Winter is coming. We are banishing the non-tuner to summon The Yoko. Yoko's going to activate Destroy a card in the field, any monster without targeting. He does have the effect to destroy a card in the field, but because he does not know that we don't target, he may not chain. If he does not chain, he's a fool. He's got to chain. Most players are going to wait until their monster's being targeted before activating it. But with non-targeting removal, okay, he's listening to the stream. He definitely did not know. He got lucky. Popping the Yoko. Pop you. Now, let's summon the Yuki at 1900D, sending the Solitaire. Yeah. Oh, yeah. And the Tushigumo is how big? Enough for lethal?
Let's see how you like
Tushigumo! How big are you? You're 2K! You're 2K! Let's go! Now, this could mill a Kiteroid, and that could make this a bit more exciting. Okay, let's see if he mills a Kiteroid. He did not! Yes!
I hope you're not allergic.
Fool!
I attack your life.
Oh, my cheeses.
I lost.
That's payback for all the innocent little bugs you stomped and squished.
Chronomalies? What's going on with the Chronomalies? They're everywhere. Inky with the Prime for 11. Yeah, buddy. Deku-san with the Fool, 17 months. Aqua Turtle, stay cool with the 14, you know it. G-Force EX. G-Force EX, thank you for the Prime. Connect that Discord and Twitch, mate. Getting funky. Funky 4-0. Coming up.
Here's number 36, Chronomaly Chateau Hoyik. I end my turn.
Hyuk.
Ready? It's my
Hyuk
turn.
got me shook. We're clean, we're top tier. Kazuki. Oh my. So how do we do this? We return, only can activate one. Can only activate one. Why search the winter? What are we doing winter? Okay, we're gonna send Yuki with the wind. We're gonna activate the winter. So winter is gonna be pretty much our normal summon Mayakashi on the fields without taking up our normal summon. Then we could send the Yuki. Very good.
Attack position. My monster's effect activates.
Yuki.
My monster's
Yuki is here. Yuki. We're gonna do the Spectral Sword. Let's go. Should we draw? Or this is protection? I think we're gonna draw. We're gonna draw. Get drawing.
spell.
Draw. Nine-tailed.
I set a card.
Okay.
face down.
Let's go. We can special summon the Nine-tailed, but then it will not deal piercing, but it still summons tokens. If destroyed by battle or card effect, it will still summon the tokens. Very good.
I activate the field spell, Chronomaly City Babylon.
Got a flame on. Okay. I personally found Sun Saga a win more. So you don't like the Sun Saga. You don't like the Sun. I'm liking Rhino Engine more. The Rhino. The Rhino. Should we activate this right now? We don't need to. Kazuki, no.
That ends my turn.
I think we're climbing the ladder, yeah? The winter, we could activate the return. We're gonna get returning. And when we return, we could summon the Dkayed, and we could special summon the Nine-tailed, add the Mayakashi. Focus.
This'll do. I summon a monster in attack position.
Do we tribute for Nine-tailed and then send a Solitaire?
My monster's effect activates.
We don't have a level 6 though.
Make way. I special summon a monster.
Send Solitaire. Let's go. Come forth.
I synchro summon a monster.
Yoko, Daki, come forth.
Exactly what
It's gonna reduce. Reduce this.
summon a monster.
Should we
I
Tengu pop the back row first? What do you think?
my trap activates.
Tengu the back row. Activate.
Activates.
Popivate. Econ. Looks like you forgot to activate your Econ, mates. Let's go. Nine-tailed fox. What the fox?
A monster.
Do we have Winter in the graveyard? Isn't Winter activatable right now? We don't even have to do the super team.
Continuous.
Disgusting. Holy moly. What did we just do?
Make way. My monster
I am so sorry.
activates.
We just nutted all over you. You didn't even activate. Let's go. Fool. Wow. I'm loving it. We got Green Day. Wow. So Winter can't activate the turn in sense of the graveyard. So if we get Winter in the graveyard early, that's also a very good thing to consider.